Alright guys, in this video I shall show you, I shall demonstrate the concept of arrays, the simple program, and then I'm going to explain each step. So hash include s st stdio.h, and again hash, then include s stdlib.h. Then let's quickly move on to our main function, and it's int main with return type with return value 0. And in this video, in this code, I shall input the roll number of 5 students, and then I'm going to print each of them. Okay, so so to begin with, what I stated before was, what is my need? My need is to store the roll number of 5 students, so I need 5 variables. Instead of making 5 variables, I can make one array that would store all of them, all the roll numbers. So int roll number, and its size is 5, so int roll number within third bracket 5. Now I also need a loop counter, because I would loop it, the getting the roll number from the user. So for I equals to 0, I is less than 5, and I plus plus. You should remember that array index in C starts from 0 and not from 1. So if roll number has 5 elements, it means first index is 0, the last index is 4. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in this manner. So for I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Let's print a message. Enter a random roll number. Okay, and let's scanf. Now the roll number is going to be an integer. This we assumed, this we can assume the roll number will be an integer. So to get the value, to get integer data, the format which you have to use is %t. So to get integer data, you have to use %t. And now is the important case. Now is the use of the array, how we can use it. What my target is to store the roll numbers of 5 students. So to access the first student's roll number, what I have to write is roll 0 comma roll 0. Sorry, means what you have done in the normal case, same thing. Instead of roll 0, what you have done is you have probably written a, like if a was the variable, or rather r is, you must have done r as the variable for roll number. So scanf %d comma r, this is how you get the input from the user and store it in the variable r. But in this case, in the case of array, to store it in the particular location of the array, the first location, that's 0, what we have to do is scanf %d roll number within third bracket the index. Okay, in the index 0. But in this case we want to store the roll numbers of all the 5 students, not only student 0. So the concept of loop comes in. So instead of 0, I will write I at the beginning. The loop starts I is 0, so roll within third bracket 0 is the first student. So we are on the first student's roll number is getting set in this manner. Now when I is 1, it becomes roll in third bracket 1 in the second student. The second student's roll number is set in this way, and so on and so forth. In this way, one after the other, the roll number is set of the student, and we are using the concept of loop here to auto increment the value. Otherwise, manually it would have been more difficult. So I'm using a loop here, and I keeps changing. I ranges from 0 to 4. I is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. In this way, we can access the 5 elements of the array named row. So in this way, we are getting the values from the user, storing them in the array. With this example, we learned how to access the array elements. Now one more example, how to access the array elements. Suppose you want to display all of them, so let's print a message first. Printf, let's go line break and the line break, and within them let's write you entered, then probably a colon, again a for loop for I equal to 0, sorry, I equal to 0, I is less than 5, and I plus plus. What needs to be done is I want to print the value, right? Printf. Now it's the normal which you have done, the normal format, as simple as that. Printf the roll number of the ith student. So %d here you replace by I, roll number of ith student. Ith student is again %d, comma I plus 1, because I starts from 0, and let's assume it's a layman, so for the layman the counting starts from 1, that's why I plus 1, roll I, as simple as that. Now let's save it and run it once. Build and run. Okay, there's an error. Let's check the error. View log, the error is, let's run once more. Printf was not declared in this scope. printf, I spelling mistake here, that's why. Build and run. Okay, this is running. As you can see, enter random roll number. Let's say the first roll number is 20, then the second roll number is 89, the third roll number, oops, there's a problem here. Let's check what the problem is. I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, scanf %d. Okay, roll number I seems okay. Then why the problem? Oh, oops, I missed the ampersand sign. Sorry guys, I missed the ampersand sign for scanning variables. Sorry. First roll number say 50, 99, then 70, then say 1, then say 65. You enter the roll number of the first student is 50, the roll number of the second student is 89, the roll number of third student is 70. So as you can see, the roll number of the students are printed in this manner. So In this we can access the elements of the array. um, Let me go through this entire program one more time. It's pointless to move on to further difficult examples if you don't understand the basics of this. um, the Whatever I've done, it's important to understand the basic of it. Otherwise you're going to have some problems in the future. So let's go through this program one more time. Okay, now I'm going to give you a contrasting idea of what the difference is. Suppose instead of using the roll number array, you did it in this manner: roll1, then roll2, then roll3, then roll4, and roll5. You used 5 variables to store the roll number of 5 students. Then you would not use loop in that case, but what you have done is scanf is scanf %d ampersand roll1 let's say roll3 for the third case. Okay, now if you look close and compare the above line and the bottom line, if you compare both the lines, you would notice that up to this part it's same, this part is same. The only difference is this third bracket and I, and the number is written. So like to access the fourth roll number, um, to access the third roll number, sorry, this is third roll number, you have to write ampersand roll3. But in case of array, to access the third roll number, you have to write ampersand roll within third brackets the index. If it's the third element, means the third row, means if this, then 0 1 2, it will be ampersand roll 2. So this is a difference actually, means you are using, means the rest is all same. The ampersand is also same, ampersand goes here and here, and then the variable name, and then the variable name. But with array you have to also state the index on which you are trying to work. It cannot work in a cumulative base, means all of them are working. You are trying to update all the elements of the array. It does not work in that way. You have to target each element of the array and work on it. So to access the ith element, means the 0th element or 1th element, you have to write it in this format: ampersand roll in third bracket I. So this is how you access it. Let me remove this sentence. Then the roll number of the, is same thing here as well. Now you want to access the ith roll number, so same thing, roll number within colon I, sorry, within third bracket I. Let's give a new line here. So it's just like normal variables, it's absolutely like normal variables. If instead of using array you use that variable concept, and it will probably return, instead of roll within third bracket I, roll 3 example or roll 4 example or whatever. Like if you can observe carefully, you would notice that writing roll number 5 times, it's quite cumbersome and it's not needed actually, it's extra effort. So it's better to use arrays, and if number of elements was 50 or 500 or 5000, then you would have taken ages to do the simple program. So the concept of array is very important, and it's not too alien from the original variable concept. Only difference is this index to assign to target the particular element of the array, we use the index property. So this is it, the explanation part. Now let me talk about a few um, features of the array. Okay, so what is an array? Array is a contiguous group of memory locations. Array is a contiguous group of memory locations which can be referenced by a common name. The common name in this case is role, then the index, so the name is role. Okay, and if we have done pointers already, which I doubt you have, then suppose you have done pointers, then the important thing to note is, instead of storing the address of each of the index of the array, only the first element's index is stored. And some of the features of arrays, the properties of arrays, this you can find in any standard textbook. But what's important was, the reason for this video was the real meaning of the name followed by the index. This is important to understand, and I hope I made this clear. Now I think you can do any program that's given to you, any question, any challenge that's given to you. I think you would be able to solve them. Just think of array elements as normal variables instead of something very different or unique or alien concept. So this is all for this video. If you like this, do it like, and do share with your friends. Thank you.